It was just past sunrise when Daniel Cross, a 38-year-old tech CEO known for his discipline and strict routine, stepped out of his penthouse to grab the newspaper waiting at his door. But today, something else was there, something that froze him in place and made his heartbeat stumble. A small baby carrier. A baby, no more than 6 months old, wrapped in a soft blue blanket. And resting gently on top of the blanket, a folded note. Daniel felt his stomach twist. He looked up and down the quiet hallway, but no one was there. Only silence and this tiny life staring up at him with wide, innocent eyes. His hands trembled as he reached for the note. The paper was slightly crumpled, as if written in a rush. He unfolded it, and the moment his eyes found the words, his world stopped. "You promised to protect us. Don't break it." For a long moment, Daniel couldn't breathe. He clutched the note, reading it again and again, the words piercing him like needles. Memories he had buried years ago stirred, memories he had fought to forget. He carefully lifted the baby carrier and brought it inside his apartment. He stared at the baby, the soft rise and fall of its tiny chest, the faint cooing sounds. The baby gazed at him with a familiarity he couldn't explain. He whispered, "Who are you? And, who left you here?" Daniel reached for his phone, intending to call security or the authorities, but his hand stopped midair. That one sentence echoed inside him, "You promised to protect us." The only person in his entire life he had ever made such a promise to, was Lily. Lily Harper, a shy, bright young woman he had met nearly 7 years ago when he wasn't yet a CEO, when he was just a struggling entrepreneur trying to build something out of hope and caffeine. He had been broke, exhausted, alone. Lily had worked at the cafe he visited every day. She saw him when no one else cared. She helped him, encouraged him, cooked him meals when he couldn't afford his own. She became the one warm thing in his cold, uncertain world. And then suddenly, she disappeared. One day she didn't come to the cafe. He never found her. He never learned why. And now, years later, a baby lies at his doorstep, with a note written in her handwriting. He didn't realize he was crying until a warm tear slid down his cheek. The baby whimpered, and Daniel quickly wiped his face. He picked the child up carefully, trying his best to hold him the way he remembered seeing parents do. "Hey, it's okay, little one," he murmured softly. The baby quieted immediately, as if recognizing him. Daniel felt something break open inside him. He set the baby down in the living room and paced back and forth, mind racing. Why would Lily leave a baby with him? Where was she? Why didn't she stay? Why ask for protection now? Hours passed. Daniel made formula after watching several online tutorials. He changed diapers for the first time in his life, and his expensive suit was now stained with milk and baby powder. His staff called him repeatedly, but he ignored the world outside his apartment. All he could think about was Lily. By the afternoon, Daniel made a decision: he couldn't just sit here. He had to find her. He wrapped the baby in the blue blanket, held him close, and drove to the only place he could think of, the old cafe. It had been remodeled, but the owner was still the same elderly man, Mr. Bennett. The old man squinted at the baby and then at Daniel. "Well, this is a surprise, Mr. Bennett chuckled. "Never thought I'd see you holding a little one." Daniel forced a smile. "I need your help. It's about Lily." Mr. Bennett's expression changed instantly. He motioned for Daniel to sit. "I hoped you'd never have to get involved in this," he whispered. "But I guess fate has its own timing." Daniel's heart pounded. "Please, tell me what happened to her." Mr. Bennett sighed. "Lily left because she was in danger." Daniel felt his blood run cold. "She was being threatened by someone from her past," the old man continued. "A man who blamed her for something she didn't do. She was terrified. One day she came to me crying, said she had to disappear. Said she couldn't risk you getting hurt because of her." "Why me?" Daniel whispered. The old man smiled sadly. "Because, Daniel, she loved you." It was like being hit by a wave he wasn't ready for. He closed his eyes, feeling his chest tighten with emotion. "Is this her baby?" he choked out, voice unsteady. Mr. Bennett hesitated, then nodded. "Yes. His name is Ethan." Ethan. The name carved itself into Daniel's heart instantly. "But she shouldn't be leaving him alone," Daniel said, voice rising. "She shouldn't be running from danger. She should be safe." "Where is she now?" The old man lowered his eyes. "She never told me where she went. She only said one thing: if anything ever happens to me, I know Daniel will keep my baby safe." Daniel felt the room spin. The note, the baby, The promise he once made during their hardest days, "I'll protect you, Lily. No matter what." A promise he didn't know would come back to him like this. With Ethan sleeping in his arms, Daniel walked out of the cafe with a determination he hadn't felt in years. He would find her. He would keep his promise. But fate had its own plan. That evening, there was a sharp knock at his door. Daniel rushed to open it, thinking, hoping, it was Lily. Instead, 3 men in black stood there. Cold eyes, blank expressions. The tallest spoke first. "We're looking for someone, a woman, and a baby." Daniel's muscles tensed. "I don't know what you're talking about." The man smirked. "We have reason to believe she came here." Daniel's jaw tightened. He subtly shifted his body to block their view inside. "You should leave," he said, voice colder than steel. The man stepped closer. "She stole something from us. Something valuable. We want it back." Daniel felt rage boiling in his chest. "Stay away from her." The man wasn't intimidated. He leaned in, his voice low and threatening. "If we find out you're hiding her or the child, not even your money will save you." Daniel slammed the door shut. His hands shook. He leaned back against the door and slid down, breath trembling. Ethan began to cry, sensing the tension. Daniel hurried to him and held him close. "It's okay," he whispered. "I won't let anyone hurt you. I won't let anyone hurt Lily." Hours passed in fear and silence. And then, just before midnight, the elevator dinged in the hallway. Daniel froze. Soft footsteps approached his door. A gentle knock followed. He stood still, waiting, praying. He opened the door slowly. And there she was, Lily, her hair messy, her clothes worn, dark circles under her eyes, but alive. Beautiful, trembling, tears poured down her face the moment she saw Ethan. She whispered, "My baby." Daniel pulled her inside and shut the door quickly. Lily sobbed as she took Ethan into her arms, kissing him desperately. The baby giggled, recognizing her instantly. Daniel watched them, emotions choking him. "Why, Lily, why did you leave him with me? Why didn't you stay?" Lily wiped her tears. "Because they were following me. They wanted the flash drive I took, the proof of what they did. I thought, if they caught me, they wouldn't hurt the baby if he wasn't with me. And the only person I trusted with his life was you." Daniel stepped closer, voice breaking. "You should have trusted me with your life too." Lily's tears flowed again. "I didn't want you to get hurt. I've already taken so much from you. You gave me everything when I had nothing," Daniel said softly. "You were the only light in my dark days. I would have searched the whole world for you." She looked up, eyes full of pain and longing. "Then why didn't you?" "Because I thought you didn't want me," Daniel whispered. "And I tried to respect that." A silence filled the room, a silence filled with years of unspoken love. Lily touched his arm gently. "Daniel, I never stopped caring about you." He pulled her into his arms, holding her and Ethan together. A family he never knew he needed until now. But danger still loomed. "We need to leave," Lily whispered. "They won't stop." Daniel shook his head firmly. "No, you're not running anymore. I'm done losing you. I'm done letting fear control your life." He lifted her chin. "I'm going to protect you. Both of you, just like I promised." With the help of his security team, legal advisors, and connections, Daniel exposed the criminal group hunting Lily. Within days, the police arrested them, and the evidence Lily had risked her life to protect was made public. The danger vanished, and for the first time in years, Lily could breathe freely. Weeks later, Daniel came home to find Lily cooking in the kitchen while Ethan played on a blanket. She looked up and smiled softly, the same smile that once held him together. "Welcome home," she whispered. Home. The word meant more now than it ever had. Daniel knelt beside Ethan and lifted him up gently. The baby giggled and grabbed his collar. Lily walked over and touched Daniel's face. "Thank you, for keeping your promise." He kissed her forehead. "I'll keep it for the rest of my life." In that moment, Daniel realized something powerful. Sometimes the people you think you lost forever find their way back to you, carrying pieces of your heart you never knew were missing. And sometimes, a single promise can change everything.